At the beginning of the film, we see Julia and her partner, who were both scientists. They were experimenting in an area full of snow, for which they had to put bombs in the snowy water and make some explosions. Then, at the same time, a call came from the headquarters. They are alerted that there is going to be a very big storm on their location, so they will have to leave there as soon as possible. A Russian submarine was passing near them, who also felt some strange and loud noise, but they did not understand much. The most surprising thing was that the waves of the sea were rising from the bottom to the top. Julia's scanners started working in a strange way, and the snow around her camp also started breaking rapidly. Julia wanted to pick up her research papers before leaving, but the storm had come very close to her. So her partner scientist pulls her to the snow-moving, on which she rides in the snow. The captain of the submarine found out that this sound was of a living thing, and they immediately started trying to escape from it. But suddenly, in the water, that very big thing collides with the submarine. Julia and her partner were trying to escape quickly due to the breaking of the snow, but unfortunately, in front of them, the snow began to break, due to which their snow-moving, which was their only way out of there, collided hard and burned to ashes. Then it sinks into the water. On the other hand, the explosions quickly blew away their camp, and the remaining scientists are slowly sinking and dying. There, the submarine was also suffering continuous damage, and they were sitting on their seats with great difficulty because everything was shaking violently. After a lot of effort, they managed to fire, that is, to attack the fire, from which we can clearly see the big tentacles coming out of the light. Then, a man collided with the screen of the glass, fell far away, and fainted due to the injury. Now, before the submarine sinks completely, an officer sends an emergency message, and news of the disappearance of the submarine reaches the headquarters of the Russian Navy. Because there were very important weapons in this submarine, so they either save it or send a rescue team to fly it if they could not save it. The name of the scientist who leads this mission is Victor, who is the brother of the captain of the submarine stuck in the water. His family was very worried that Victor would also get stuck there. His mother was very worried, so she gave Victor a watch, which was his father's, which is not in this world. His mother said, "She will protect you. Wherever she is, she will take care of you." That night, when Victor reached the docks, he found out that his father's old friend, who is a senior officer, was also going on a mission. Now he was worried that his age has increased a lot, so something might happen to him. After this, all the people of his cruise group get stuck in the submarine. On the other hand, Julia and her companion were wandering in the snowstorm. They were trying to catch the signal here that Julia's mind is lost and she was about to fall into a deep pit. Then her companion saved her by putting her aside at the right time. At the same time, an oil rig signal came in Julia's phone. That is, the place in the sea where the team to dig for oil lives. And as soon as he got the signal, he made a call. But due to the snowstorm, there was so much noise that the rig people could not understand him. And in a little while, the signals went away and the call was cut. Julia's companion was also very worried. He dropped a flare gun towards the sky and sat on the ground due to fatigue. The next morning, the submarine of Victor reached the place of the second submarine. Where she had disappeared, after a lot of preparation, they get into the water. Here, the crew notices that the senior officer has taken Victor to a private room, where some senior officers were already present, and they are given a report to read, which makes everyone very worried. Soon, the rumors of the old submarine disappearance spread everywhere. On the other hand, Julia and her companion found a buoy stuck in the snow. The buoy is actually a device that sends signals to the nearby ships floating in the water. Then a hope arose in them that someone will definitely come to find them. After that, they stopped wandering here and there and stopped there. When the submarine got the buoy signal, both immediately started moving in the same direction. And the submarine, suddenly a lot of whales started moving around the submarine. But the crew members also started trying to go down without hurting them. A whale accidentally collided with the screw head. A senior officer asked the crew to run the sonar, but Victor does not agree to this. Sonar is actually used to find things, to communicate with each other, and to make waves of sound. But when the sonar was activated, the whales went a little far. But as soon as they blink, they come back. The crew did not understand what was happening. But then suddenly, all the whales leave from there. And I don't know why, suddenly the lower part of the sea starts rising. Then a big tentacle starts moving again in the dark, which kills all the whales with just one blow. The crew of the submarine could not hear this voice.
But then their sonar started giving signals that a very big creature is about to collide with their submarine. The senior officer thought that maybe an enemy ship is coming, so he ordered the crew members to fire. But Victor does not think this order is right, so he tells the crew to hide quickly. The submarine ice is a wall in which the cracks go inside. Whenever the submarine collides with the ice, it starts shaking, and the sound of the radar was getting faster, which starts hurting the ears of the people wearing headphones. As soon as that strange enemy follows them, the crew had to stop the submarine because a wall has blocked their way. But the good news was that the unknown enemy who was following them had gone by then. When the crew was guessing the damage of the submarine, the senior officer scolds Victor that he took a risk without thinking. Now they have no option left, so they have to come to the water to fix the submarine. At the same time, Yulia and her companion were lying under the stones so that they felt less cold. Suddenly, the sound of ice breaking was heard, and the submarine came out of the water. People from the submarine immediately saw them and came to them. Crew members meet them and listen to them well. They were not sure if they were of the same submarine or not. Victor checks Yulia's companion and then starts talking to the senior officer. At this time, the senior officer said that leave them here after giving them some food, because it is possible that they are spies from another country. But Victor pitied them, and both were put in the submarine. As soon as the repair work was completed, the submarine went back into the water, and they started searching near the well. After the medical checkup, Yulia and her companion were given food. Then Victor showed them the map and asked the location of their camp, and also asked if they had seen anything strange. Yulia says that we had seen big explosions. Hearing this, Victor thinks that those explosions may be the reason why his brother's submarine sank. The whole crew started planning what to do next. Then the senior officer says that we should go back, because whatever was on the radar a while ago, that danger can come back. If we are attacked again, it will be difficult to send an emergency signal. But Victor was desperate to find his brother, and orders to take the submarine to Yulia's camp. Then the senior officer takes Victor away and alerts him about the danger, and tells him that this is the second time when you have taken the wrong decision. If this happens again, everything will be over. Victor explains to his companion that we have to hurry, because if someone is alive in the other submarine, then he will have less oxygen left, and we should reach him soon. Then Yulia heard a strange voice. She gets scared, but then her companion calmed her down by saying that this is the voice of the listener, who was looking for the other submarine. The search went on for a while, but then the radar shows that the strange enemy is following them again. Victor tells the crew to find a place to hide like before, but this time there was no such place around them. But then there was an oil rig nearby, so Victor thought that he could find a place to hide there. When the submarine was getting ready to come to the surface of the water, then all the workers of the oil rig see the big tentacles rising from the sea. Seeing them, he lost his mind. Fleeing the danger, he immediately set off the alarm. And now, as soon as he sees the tentacles, he starts attacking the rig, due to which all the buildings start falling. In some places, there were also big explosions. Many workers tried to run away in fear, but they had no place to go because the whole structure was breaking. As soon as the submarine's contact with the rig breaks, so Victor started trying to see what was going on with the help of a telescope. When he saw the big tentacles destroying the rig, he also got very scared. He sent this whole view on the screen, so that the whole crew can see who they are fighting, how big their enemy is. Now when the rig is completely destroyed, then that strange monster starts chasing the submarine again, after which they have to immediately turn the submarine. Senior officer started thinking that Victor has made this mistake for the third time, when he showed that big monster to the whole crew. That's why the senior officer says directly that now I will lead the team. He quickly said that leave 2 bombs. It was done in such a way that both bombs went straight to the target. On this, the senior officer felt that the enemy is dead, and he says that, look, this is how it works. But then the color of his face changed. When an officer says that the enemy is still alive, which is now moving forward in more anger. Now one more bomb was dropped, with which there was another explosion, which although hits the target again, But this was not enough to kill that big monster. The monster keeps chasing the submarine, and the senior officer is not able to do anything because of fear. Then Victor started leading the team again and said that run the submarine as fast as possible. Those people were saved from most of the attacks of that monster, but a tentacle hit the submarine hard, which caused a lot of damage to the submarine. Like the people working there also got a lot of injuries. Victor also hit his head, and he starts feeling dizzy. Some computers have a short circuit, and a computer falls directly on a man, due to which his condition got worse. The submarine starts sinking, and that monster takes advantage of this opportunity and attacks with another force. Suddenly there was an explosion in the missile section. There was a bad fire there, after which the crew closed the ventilation there and completely sealed the area. The 7 people stopped there, with the help of the fire extinguisher cylinder, tried to extinguish the fire. But with another powerful attack of the tentacle, the submarine starts falling down rapidly. The radar shows that the animal has surrounded them from all sides. When the crew looked carefully, it was found that the monster is a Kraken, which is a very big form of octopus. Many stories have been written about the Kraken in ancient times. Now that they had a last missile left, they had to use it with a lot of thought. They started discussing what to do next. Then Victor said to take the submarine to the silent mode, because usually marine animals hunt with sounds. For this reason, workers in the missile room, the task of extinguishing the fire is ordered to be stopped, due to which the level of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide starts increasing there. The sound of the Kraken was echoing badly in the ears of an officer, and the people in the missile room start thinking, will we die like this? But luckily, Victor's plan worked, and the Kraken went away from there, and they get back to their work. But by then, the fire had spread so much that it was not possible to extinguish it with a little cylinder. Some people started burning with fire, and then Victor told everyone, empty that part. Whatever is burning, let it burn. Just save your life. Some officers were coming out of the fire area, so they got badly injured, but the rest of the crew helped them to bring them to this side of the door. In the last second, the door was closed, so that the fire could not reach the other parts. And in that room, the fire is finally extinguished by pressure control. After this, the people who were still fine, they were given work, and the people who were injured, they are sent to their rooms. Julia and her companion helped them to treat their wounds, with which the crew started trusting them. Later, Victor asks the crew for their opinion. What should we do now? Everyone says that we should go back, because we don't know anything about the location of the other submarine, and we don't have any security or protection to protect us from the Kraken. The senior officer reminds Victor that your dad was a hero who died saving people in the accident of the submarine, so you should be sensible here. So after thinking a lot, Victor also agreed that it would be better for them to go back. When the submarine was returning, so Victor started reading the last letter written by his dad. Then Julia came to his room, and by showing the map, she shows all the locations where she saw the Kraken, and also tells the location of her camp. Then she said that according to old stories, this monster has attacked many ships before, but then suddenly it disappeared. That's why scientists believe that the Kraken has gone into a deep sleep. Now the explosions we used, maybe they hit the Kraken's hiding house. Maybe that's why he woke up. If everyone wants to stay alive, then they have to stop the gold. Otherwise, it will come after us again.
Do you have any idea where my brother's submarine can be? On this, Julia says that the Kraken pulls its prey and takes it to its house, and that place is near their camp. Then an officer came inside, and their conversation stops in the middle. The officer says that we have got a clue that people are alive there, which he says in the silent mode. In this, everyone can hear that someone is knocking on some iron. They track the signal, and they know that this voice is coming near Julia's camp. It was clear that some people are still alive in the other submarine. Victor called everyone and said, "Look, our soldiers are trapped in that submarine. They are standing between life and death. If we don't save them, then who will save them? Don't think that I just want to go there for my brother. If any of you were there, then I would have done the same for a man." After that, he ordered his companions to take the submarine to Julia's camp. Suddenly, net bolts started coming out of the machine and walls. Glass and lights started breaking. It meant that the submarine has gone into deeper water. That's why they took the submarine up. Then an officer noticed that we have come to a different place. Victor said that we should send a mini small submarine to see this place properly. Now, because the pilot of the mini submarine was injured in the first attack, that's why Victor says that I will go myself. Until then, the senior officer should lead the team. After which, the mini submarine, Victor left with 2 officers. As they were going into the deep water, because of the pressure, the submarine's iron things started making strange noises. It was the first time they were going so deep. The pressure soon started affecting the submarine. That's why if they didn't get anything soon, then they will have to go back. Then they heard a voice from somewhere, and when they went to that place, it was found that there are thousands of sunken ships. It means that Julia's theory and the story is absolutely true. It means that Kraken has already attacked many ships and made them its prey. Now finally they find the other submarine, and they check its damage, that where all has been damaged. They saw that its next part is still absolutely fine, which means that some people can be hidden there. They tried to connect this mini submarine with the old submarine, but it is obvious that in so much pressure, it was very difficult to do this. But finally, after a lot of efforts, they made the connection. Victor wore a diving suit, which he wears while swimming, and with the help of this connection, he goes to the second submarine. When he opened the door, he was very happy to go inside, because his brother Alexander and the whole crew was alive. About this, he immediately told the main submarine, who also started celebrating happily. Now Victor sent as many people as could fit in the mini submarine, but to save everyone, it took 2 turns. So Victor decided that I will stay here with my brother. He put a tracker on the front part of the submarine so that his location does not get lost. But then he remembered that trackers can also catch the signal, so that tracker was closed. When the mini submarine left from there, then the whole submarine for once moved strongly but did not fall down. Soon those people reached the main submarine, and the treatment of the saved people was started. But the pilot running the submarine was not able to go the second time. He was in bad condition, so Julia did not ask to help her partner because he had already worked in the submarine. So he agrees. When the mini submarine left from there, then the senior officer sees on the radar that the Kraken has started moving again. On the other hand, Victor and Alexander went to find those dangerous weapons, what their seniors had asked for. They go to the destroyed area and take out the code from the safe. But when they tried to put the code in the computer, the system did not work.
But Victor was not one of the losers. And after pressing many buttons together, finally the computer turns on. He saw that these weapons are still working. The signals coming out of these weapons, the mini submarine caught. And following the signals, they reached there. But everyone in the main submarine, everyone was scared, because the Kraken was very close to them. The crew quickly landed the submarine in the lower part of the sea and went into silent mode. The Kraken throws a big stone on the submarine, due to which that part is damaged, and water starts coming in, due to which everyone gets very scared. There, the mini submarine quickly reaches Victor's location, but when it was moving forward, then by mistake, the tracker turned on. The Kraken was about to attack the main submarine, but as soon as it gets the tracker's signal, it starts moving towards its cave, towards that submarine. The senior officer ordered the crew to quickly take advantage of this opportunity and go up. Meanwhile, Victor was trying to reach the room with the weapons, which was closed due to the attack of the Kraken. When Alexander heard the sound of the mini submarine, he told his crew to go, while he himself was waiting for his brother Victor. Finally, Victor reached the room with the weapons and he started coding in the missile. While Alexander was coding in the computer, it was taking some time to load the weapons. Meanwhile, the Kraken found them. They were also mentally prepared for his attack. When his tentacles were revolving around the submarine, both brothers talked to each other
and apologized to each other for their old fights. The Kraken, in an instant, it broke half of the submarine, but that part was already empty. The Kraken was about to attack again. Then both brothers pressed the button together so that the weapons could be fired. Now the water was about to enter the submarine. So Victor quickly, through the pipe, comes back to Alexander. Now the weapons were about to explode, so both brothers try to get out quickly. The submarine was now sinking, and because of the strong waves, there was water in the corridor, because of which both brothers separated. Victor finds Alexander and sees his hand coming out of the water. Then he immediately pulls his brother's hand. And finally, Victor saves Alexander. Both brothers climb the stairs and enter the mini submarine and close the door so that the water doesn't come inside. Now there are only 2 minutes left for the explosions, but the mini submarine was not able to launch when they were going down because of connecting to the main submarine. So Victor saw the emergency lever. As soon as he pulls it, the mini submarine finally separates from the other submarine, and now they start coming out of there quickly as there are blasts. So because of the fast waves, their mini submarine starts to rotate vigorously. While in the main submarine above, everyone was just waiting for them to come up safely. After a while, everyone's hopes began to break. When they came back, they thought that maybe those two brothers are dead, and their faces hung with regret. But then some bubbles began to come in the water. It was the mini submarine, which finally comes up safely. Everyone starts celebrating happily that we all finally survived. And the bravery of both brothers and the way Victor led the crew praise it. Both mothers were also waiting for them. And when they saw that both my sons have returned safely, then their life was saved. Mothers and sons are very happy to meet each other. And with this story ends here.